What's good? This is the 2v2 Brawlhalla weapon, not weapon, 2v2 Brawlhalla legend tier list. Now, I put no thought into this, but I do think about this on the daily, and off the bat, I'm gonna put Bryn into A tier. Like, we're gonna straight into this. Rayman, S tier. Like, Bryn is A tier because of her 40 damage, her 40 damage down sig, and her end sig on spears kill super early, so she's perfect for combos. Rayman is just amazing because his down sig carries him through the whole thing. Vrax, I'm gonna put in B tier because his side sigs are a little bit too crazy. Like when I used to play Vrax, I just hit my teammate a lot, and I don't think Vrax is the way to go. But he does have a lot of dex on blasters, which I do like, but dex isn't the most useful thing. Olgrim, a few patches ago he used to be amazing, but they nerfed him, so I think he is B tier. His sigs are still pretty good for 2v2. I'm picking and choosing randomly if you guys couldn't tell. Caspian, there's no special qualities about him. I'm gonna put him in D tier. Like, all his sigs are whatever. Like, I cannot think of anything that could help him in 2v2 except for the end sig on Katars, which might seem pretty useful just like to end the stock, but like that's all I can give him. Cross, A tier. If someone gets creative enough with Cross, his gauntlet end sig and side sig, and I think that's it. They kill super early, like at 120. Don't quote me. Never quote me. I keep telling you guys, never quote me. Like, it could probably kill super early with a combo. Oh, Bodvar, S tier. No cap. This guy is legit crazy. This guy and another Bodvar, both Bodvars combo into the Bodvar. So the Bodvar goes into the Bodvar and the other Bodvar goes into the Bodvar. So it's like legit just combos on combos. Like, the end sig is good, side sig is good, down sig is good. All his sigs are good for 2v2. Everything, especially except for down sig on hammer. It's like the most whatever sig, but it's still a good sig. Diana, for 2v2, I wouldn't say she's the best, so I'm gonna put her in B tier because her down sig on bow takes a while. Her side sig, even though it is like Lord Brack's side sig on Lance, but it's a little bit better for 2v2 because it doesn't hit everyone or everything at once. Actually, I'm not sure if it's better, but she's in B tier because her sigs aren't like quick. They don't string into each other. But hey, this is just an opinion. I'm gonna put some more thought into. I'm gonna rearrange everything at the end of the video. Lucian, I don't think low attack is that good for 2v2. I'm not really a big fan of it. But he does have blasters, which is pretty good for 2v2. But Katars are not the best. They are more for 1v1 2v2 situations. Like when you're trying to 1v1 during 2v2. You can play Katars. Like, every weapon is playable in every game mode. Lin Fei has the same problem, but she is, yeah, same tier. Because her end sig on cannon carries her end sig on Katars, and her down sig on Katars carry. But overall, her weapon combination is not the best for 2v2, or not even good at all for 2v2. So I'm actually bump her down. Because cannon and Katars are both not the best for 2v2. Onyx, probably the same tier as this guy, because Onyx's end sig on cannon covers a lot of space, so in 2v2 it's amazing. He has gauntlets, which is self-explanatory, really good weapon, especially in 2v2. Like, you just play gauntlets, it's legit just hitboxes. You throw a hitbox unpunished and it fucking demolishes. Ada, low defense, especially in 2v2. I don't think low defense is good at all, so she's like E tier. Or maybe C tier, because both her weapons are good for 2v2, blasters and spear. Those are like the dream weapons for 2v2. Let's see, what else we have. Hattori. Either B or A. I'm gonna have to 50-50 this. Okay, B. Because even though she does have spear and sword, I think she lacks killing sig to finish a combo. But she is really quick, which is really good. So actually, I'm gonna bump her up to A. Or like, she's like in between these two. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Nash, A tier, like up here. His sigs are all good. He's like Bryn times 2. Not really, but his sigs killed really early, and his sigs cover a lot of space. Zario, A tier for sure. All her SIGs are amazing. She's like Lord Rex, but better because her SIGs cover a lot. And her end SIG on bow, like let's say two people are stacked on top of each other, it'll take the enemy. And a lot of her SIGs do that, like the side SIG on gauntlets, it does that too, I'm pretty sure. And the side SIG on bow, I'm not sure if it does that, but it might. Sir Roland, his SIGs are so good, but same thing as these guys. Fast SIGs, they just don't kill at all. But the end SIG on Lance is amazing, but I've never really seen it in action, so I have nothing to base it off of. So I might put him in B, but I'm gonna keep him in C for now. Yumiko, probably like Caspian level. Even though hammer is a really good weapon, she is brought down by her SIGs. Like her down SIG on bow and her down SIG on hammer, they just don't really seem the best. But you might get a cool combo off of it. And don't forget, like, I didn't really 100% think out everything in every possible situation, so you might do good with Yumiko. Like, I'm thinking about it right now, you might down SIG on hammer into a neutral air, and your teammate might do something off of the neutral air. Like, I have no idea. You guys gotta get jiggy with it. You gotta get creative. Chala, probably C tier because of her stats. Sir Roland has 8 defense or whatever he has high defense and she has low defense, but her SIGs are good. Actually, I'm gonna put her into B tier because her end SIG on axe is amazing. Not amazing, but it's like really good. Her down SIG on axe is really good. Her down SIG on sword is really quick and nice, and her end SIG on sword is really a good anti-air. But yeah, Koji B tier. Actually, Koji A tier. Overall, Koji is a good character. His downline into end SIG on sword is true. His down SIG on bow covers a lot of space. He's really quick. Sword is really nice for 2v2. Bow can be worked with in 2v2. This is why I think he's up there. Also, his side SIG kills pretty early. And down SIG is a good switch up. Vordex, A tier. His SIGs cover a lot of space. Like his side SIG on Scythe. And they kill really early too. And down SIG on gauntlets gives you a lot of stage control back if you hit it, and I just think it's a really good weapon. Also, Scythe can be useful. Actually, it is pretty useful for combos, especially with spear. If you downlight someone, let's say they're on the edge over here and you downlight them and your teammates right there and they downlight them, that's a free combo. Scarlett, A tier for sure. Her down SIG on hammer would carry anything, and hammer's really good. And Lance is still not that bad for 2v2. Like, I don't even think Lance is terrible. Lance still has all its fundamentals. Orion, A tier as well. His SIGs on Lance carries and his SIGs on spear are out of this world. Not out of this world, but they're just transcending, as Boomy would say. Sidra, listen, I don't really understand the hype around Sidra. Yes, I understand she has the end SIG on cannon, which is like really nice, and it's like just like a cannonball projectile, but I don't really see how that could be useful in 2v2. You might be able to throw that out. She's just like these characters, I would say. Sentinel, B tier. His SIGs aren't really what you're looking for in 2v2. His SIGs are more poke SIGs. You want kill SIGs. Artemis, she's really a whatever character. Never saw the hype around her either. Her side SIG on Lance is very good, but that's basically the only SIG I can name, other than down SIG on Lance, which is also not as good as side SIG, but it's still pretty good. And Lance and Scythe is pretty good at 2s, but Lance with these characters are good because they're carried by SIGs, but her, she only has a side SIG. I mean, it could carry you, but I don't see it happening. Wushang, A tier. Wushang's gauntlets and spear are really comboable, and all his SIGs are good. Yeah, I can't think of one bad SIG. Like his end SIG on spear covers a lot, side SIG is really quick, down SIG covers a lot, side SIG on gauntlets covers a lot, and it sends you really far. Down SIG, just like a whole thing around you, and end SIG is good for reads. 4, downlight end SIG is true, will carry you in 2v2. Hammer's amazing in 2v2. Gauntlets is amazing in 2v2, so that's why he's A. Jaeyeon S tier, Great Sword will just demolish anything, and Scythe on Sword will just plow through your enemies. Azuri, Katars, you guys know how I feel about this. Whatever character. Even though Sword is really good in 2s, Katars will bring her down. And also, I can't think of any amazing Sigs, like Zario side Sig or Lord Rax side Sig on her. I mean, her Sigs are really more for 1v1 because they're more reserved. Next, Val, S tier. End Sig on Val, holy. Side Sig on Val, very good on small maps with small edges, will kill you immediately. Her gauntlets, of course, not to be reckoned with. On top of the fact that she has side Sig, it's like a bullet train coming at you. Not even that it's fast, it's just unstoppable. Down Sig into recovery is true. Like, what else can I say? Ember, lowered by stats, but actually B tier. Most of her Sigs are good. She's just, her stats are not the best for 2v2, but she is carried by her Sig on bow, and her Sigs on Katars are not bad. Cassidy, same tier as Ember. Sigs are really good, low defense though. Barraza, A tier. Axe and blasters are really good at 2s. His Sigs cover a lot. His Sig on Axe covers a lot. His down Sig on blasters, basically stacked kill option, and it kills still pretty good. Azoth, don't know where I'd put this little guy. Probably like B tier or maybe A tier, but his Sigs are really quick. I don't know what they're lacking. I just don't find this guy a 2v2 character. Dusk, Orb, I think can be used in 2v2. I think it might be useful, and by useful I mean it might be pretty good in 2v2. So I'm gonna put him in B tier because he does have spear and he does have Sig on Orb, which people were going crazy about before. Also, his Sig on spear, I'm pretty sure kills pretty early. So if you do happen to play Dusk in 2v2, you might be able to get off a cool kill combo that kills pretty early because of his Sig on spear. Thor, A tier. Amazing stats for 2v2. Amazing down Sig on hammer for 2v2. Amazing end Sig to recover back to stage on orb. Amazing weapon combination for 2v2. Next, Jiro, E tier. Nothing really amazing about this guy. That's all I gotta say about him. Kaya, top of B tier, or maybe even A tier. Yeah, A tier. Her Sig on bow, really nice, and her spear can really carry 2v2 because spear is really good in 2v2. Bow, it's like Katars, but like 5 times better in 2v2. And her Sigs are all 50-50, which means you could sidelet on bow and either Sig or side Sig, and you'll hit eventually because it's 50-50. Fate, she did get a nerf, and she's gonna go around like top of B tier because both her weapons are not really what you're like. If you could pick and choose anyone to be amazing with, I wouldn't choose Fate, is what I'm trying to say, especially in 2v2. Isaiah, nothing special about him. B tier. Cannon, whatever in 2v2. By whatever I mean Cannon's not good in 2v2 at all. Blasters is good in 2v2, but his Sig is the only good Sig on him, and down Sig to cover the edge, but that's basically it. Queen Nai, E tier. You wouldn't think anyone would go to E tier, but Queen Nai goes to E tier. Actually, thinking about it, she might go up to D, because I just thought about it. Even though her Sigs are terrible, her Sigs kill really early. I meant stats, not Sigs. Her stats are trouble, but her Sigs kill really early. So you might get a really good combo, and down that Sig is true. Thatch, E tier. His down Sig on Cannon is really good. Actually, I'm gonna put him C tier. He's definitely not the worst character for 2v2. Queen Knight definitely is. He's not. His zoning tool, his zoning on down Sig on blasters is pretty good, so that's why. Not pretty good, but it's just like the best on his kit. And his Sigs on sword are really good, so that's why he's gonna be C tier. Ragnar, B tier. He has axe, but he has guitars. But his sigs are really quick. His side sig on axe kills pretty early. And sig is a good, just a hitbox to throw out on top of you that people might land on. It's a good place to cover the ground. Zul, A tier. I like the high attack. I like the axe, and I like the downside on cannon, which will carry the cannon. Barrage, B tier. Scythe, even though she does have spear, her sigs are not the craziest for 2v2. Nyx, top of A tier. Her side sig on spear, really nice for 2v2 because it covers a lot of space. And her down sig is really quick and it hits right in front of you. Her end sig will catch people if they're floating in this position and you're standing right here. And her end sig might be good for combos on blasters. Like imagine they downlight say them from sword onto your end sig and they'll die really early. And down sig is really good. She's basically carried by sigs. And she has blasters. Petra, A tier. Petra's end sig on both weapons are really good. They'll hit really nice. Petra's side sig on both weapons are pretty good. Petra's down sig on both weapons are pretty good. As you guys seen in my 2v2 Cody Travis video, Cody Travis was utilizing the down sig on orb, which people don't like that much. Teros was A tier or S tier even, but he got nerfed and he'll be top of B tier because he does have two amazing weapons for 2v2, axe and hammer, and his sigs are pretty good. His end sig on axe, holy, another level. And his down sig on hammer just really hits all around you, pretty nice. And end sig, you guys know the drill. Volkov, B tier. His end sig on Scythe is amazing, but it's sad that it drops. So that's really all I gotta say about this guy. And he has high dex axe, which I do kind of enjoy. Volkov, people said I was sleeping on him, so I'll move him up to B. Like I have no notes on him except his down sig on bow is not bad. It's usable. I like it. His end sig on bow, it's just like the Ragnar end sig on axe. I like it. It's just like a good anti-air. His end sig on lance, I think that's the best thing on his kit, which will carry. And his down sig might be a good zoning tool in 2v2 on lance when they're on the edge. That's basically it. If Mako was on here, she'd also be S tier because of great sword. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tell me any comments or suggestions or questions or concerns or remarks or anything at all. Be sure to subscribe to me, follow my Twitter, and join the giveaway. The giveaway will be ending soon, so make sure you get your hands on it. You might be able to win the 33 esports colors. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoy. And I hope you learned something.